Amazon continues to deepen our roots in Northern Virginia. I think the Northern Virginia tech sector is like the best, of course, in the world. And when you go around the world and you really look at tech talent, we do set ourselves apart here. There's no doubt. And I don't know if you all always realize this. It just, a spark in my head says, wow, we are so lucky in the Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. area just to have such great tech talent and the universities and programs and schools that provide that. We're really blessed here in Northern Virginia to have access, again, to the best trained, most dedicated, and hardest working talent in the world. Our military members, veterans, and their spouses, which it was great to hear on stage earlier, everything we're doing. And I thought I'd share with you some of the things that we're doing at Amazon, such as Serve Our Willing Warrior Bike Ride, which is happening May 6th in Broad Run, Virginia, and programs including Boulder Crest, a 37-acre retreat in Bluemont, Virginia, that welcomes combat veterans and their family to help them heal from their wounds from war. But even more than that, we found that many of the qualities and the foundational elements of military service align so well with our Amazon culture, and the types of jobs that we can bring them on board to do is actually very broad and vast. And that's why we actively recruit U.S. military veterans and military spouses to join our company. And we also offer assistance to applications as they transition from the military and put them into the right job openings at Amazon. We made a commitment to hire 25,000 military veterans and spouses by 2021, and we're way ahead of where we are. I'm not going to pre-announce, but we're way ahead of our goal there. A couple of our partners here locally that we've worked with to really build the pipeline here in Northern Virginia is we've worked with the governor's office and Virginia Tech to provide cloud infrastructure for the Virginia Cyber Range, which we love that program. And then the content repository for simulation this provides hands-on labs for these individuals in Virginia for cybersecurity related jobs. I can't tell you, we are leading here in Northern Virginia with what we're doing with President Rails. And under his leadership, we are really showing educational institutions around the world how they could and should embrace digital age. And I'll just sort of pause and tell you my personal story with the president. He said, he started with cyber, and he said, we've got to make a big transitional shift here, and we have the right talent. How do we do it? And then he talked to us about cloud computing because he saw that there was a real opportunity. And so as a result, they have proactively been developing very rich content for this educational environment, such as cyber and cloud. And now we work with them to bring new programs like machine learning and data science in their coursework. And we chose 4 locations this last year to start doing a pilot program for apprenticeship. And Nova was one of those, and they actually got the majority of those because I think they did the best job. But the contingency of employment is they have to get through the certifications, which Scott and his team have done this just beautifully. And then when they complete, they come back, they go to work for you, and they immediately get a pay raise and a full-time job. We're working with George Mason University and President Cabrera to actually take it to a 4-year program. We have amazing women, and in fact, this community was just named, of course, for numerous years as being a top area for women in technology, which we need to take advantage of that. We have great female leaders here leading and guiding amazing companies like General Dynamics and Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics and Lockheed Martin. And we need more of that, and we need more women leaders in tech around the world. So we started something called We Power Tech at AWS to really try to create a program for diversity and inclusion. It turned into more, not just for women, but inclusion. Everywhere I travel, I hear a growing appreciation among policymakers and public sector leaders for the role of technology that will play and spur in the next generation of jobs and economic growth. And I'll just share with you, you can't underestimate this. It is a direct correlation of economic growth in regions when you have strong technology partnerships and companies being created. This alone is just a sign of progress. So we've got to make sure as tech companies, and I think Bobby and her team are huge in helping us with this, that we are driving the right policies around ensuring that we continue to have the ability to develop and innovate as companies and spur entrepreneurship. That's the only way we'll have our competitive edge. And it's up to us to be on Capitol Hill or the hills, the state hills, to have those conversations to make sure that we are all really having that dialogue. I would also encourage our legislators to continue to enable IT modernization within public sector, like the Modernizing Government Technology Act, which was passed by the U.S. Congress at the end of 2017. And likewise, a key part of IT modernization efforts in government and an emphasis on cloud-first policies and approaches. We saw the first at the U.S. federal level, but now states are following suit. And I'll just say, states are behind. If I looked at indicators around the world, states are far more behind than a lot of other groups. And I want to make sure Virginia is catching up. And in fact, we just met with Governor Northrup not too long ago in the transition team. I'm really proud. And he and I talked about Virginia walking the walk, just not talking the talk. And what we meant by that is Virginia as a state government also needs to make sure they're taking advantage of new technologies. You have the richest array of companies in the world here. So making sure Virginia itself is doing all those things digital and creating those economic opportunities. There's other states. California's embraced commercial cloud. Texas has enacted cloud first. So what does our future actually look like? For starters, we can expect to see public sector's customers continue to move up the stack. According to Juniper, the number of IoT-connected devices will reach 38.5 billion in 2020. That's a 285% increase from 2015. And just to give you perspective, that's 5 times more connected devices than people on the planet. So we've got to make sure that we have the right talent. And we have found that machine learning and artificial intelligence is one of those areas that we don't have enough talent at all. We think tech skills are lacking. Skills in machine learning and AI we are so far from having the skills we need. But I think this is just an example of things that the Northern Virginia community can really do to continue to think about technology in the ways that will help our nation, our warfighter, our civilians. And by the way, again, from the heart, you all are a very special community. So I'm going to thank you guys again so much for your time today.